Welcome to Incredible Charts. Today we'll cover some basic drawing tools. The drawing tool menu is located on the left-hand side of your screen. We'll start with the line chart, drawing a line. Dialog box appears when you click on the icon. You can choose between different line thicknesses and line styles, dots and dashes. Select the line color. And I normally leave this blank, but you can select to display the line on all projects. So if we draw a trend line, just click and drag. When you release, the trend line is saved to the chart. If you click on the line, you can more finely position it by dragging the end anchor points. And click the middle anchor point to move the whole line at the same gradient. If we go back to the dialog box, you'll see there's a copy function. If you click copy, click the center anchor point and drag to create a second line. If we want to delete a line, click trash can and the lines are deleted from your project. The second drawing tool is an Autofit line. An Autofit just automatically fits a trend line to the candles on your screen. So we select the same color and trend line style. We position it on the highs and lows. If you've got a line chart, you'd position it on the close. And it's an uptrend, so we'll select up. What we do is we now take our cursor and we drag below the candlesticks. And you'll see that the candlesticks snap to the lows in the range that we selected. So that's your Autofit trend line. Again, we'll just delete it. Now we might want to draw a horizontal line at the $3 mark to highlight support. Now, I normally use an orange trend line to indicate secondary support. And if we type in the price level as $3 and either hit the enter key, or we can add another trend line, do this one green. I use the RGB keys because I'm familiar with HTML colors. But if you're not familiar, you can merely select from the color spectrum and then fine tune your choice on the color square above. Okay. Now we might say that the upper horizontal resistance line we want to mark at $4.25. Okay, $4.25. Can hit the enter key, but this time I'll show you by just clicking on the chart that it drops the line into the position that you had it in. So there we've got two horizontal lines on our screen. We now will go to draw a trend channel. Channels are more suited to slower moving stocks where you're trading in shorter time frames, but I'll draw one here just to illustrate the process. The trend channel, the line color, style, the types of trend channels, standard deviation, linear regression, RAF, and Autofit. I typically use standard deviation at 2 standard deviations. That's good enough for me. And again, I will draw a line over the range I want. And when I do that, There's your standard deviation channel with an upper and lower border and a midline. And that'll give you an indication as to where the stock swings are likely to take you. Okay, we'll delete these as well, just to keep the chart fairly clear. Right. And now, well, Fibonacci. Fibonacci, I won't go into the details of Fibonacci. Most of you will be familiar with it. But if you draw a trend line, it will show you the likely retracement levels. So we'll do Fibonacci based on high-low, and we'll draw it for the period, that range there. There we are. And you can see that it's now given you retracement levels based on the range. And you can see that the stock actually retraced about 38% of its previous advance, which is it shows that it's in a strong uptrend, which is obviously quite evident. Okay, so we'll delete that just to keep the charts clear. And now we may want to mark something on the chart to indicate. Just select the green color to indicate something that's happened on the chart. Now here it might be the fact that the indicators crossed to above a level of 2. So therefore we merely position our cursor, click and position the chart there. Click off and it's anchored. If we wanted to draw a shape, there. Line, let's leave the line. We'll draw a shape with a bright red shape, and we'll choose an ellipse for our purposes. We've got various, you can have an ellipse or a square. Okay, so the ellipse, and all we're going to do is highlight an area on the chart. If you haven't positioned it, you can drag the entire thing from the center anchor point. Otherwise, you could move one of the corners as you did. Okay, click off, and there's an ellipse. We don't like the colors. Change the color. Let's just take it to there. And that one we'll take to there. Change the colors. All right, adding a text box. Let's just click in the text box there and start typing A, B, C, D, E, and hit the enter key, W-E-R-T. Okay. If you wanted to copy the text box, not that that's going to happen too often, you use the copy function. Otherwise, click to anchor it and save it. You want to remove it, trash can. Right, that's about it. The last thing I'll show you is just how to save an image. Click on save, choose pixels or percent. Now, normally I leave the percent at 100 width and 100 height, which gives you a large screen size in the saved image. But if I want to insert something in an email, I'll reduce the size to normally 650 by 500 pixels and create an image. Click on that, the image is saved in the browser. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.